There is a very interesting marketplace in town, and while there's a lot of foot traffic, there's not much interest in what the vendors are offering. In the Plaster Student Union at Missouri State, 2 weeks ago, I helped to staff a booth for the Canterbury Club, which is our Episcopal Campus Ministries student organization. Directly across the way from us was the Freethinkers and Skeptics group, which included atheists, agnostics, and other non-religious students. Interestingly, the atheists were sandwiched between the Young Life booth on one side and the group from High Street Baptist Church on the other side. No sparks flew. We were all perfectly polite and friendly and even shared our snacks. Yes, I took chocolate from an atheist. It was chocolate. But I have to tell you, Chick-fil-A was a lot more popular than all of us combined. There might be some symbolism in the fact that the Episcopalians were sandwiched between an environmental group and the snack shop. But I wonder, how will the Episcopalians stand out? What distinguishes us? Well, JT has good retail experience, so he stood in front of the table. And he and Chris and I said good morning to everybody who walked by and shook as many hands as we could. And we were always smiling. Almost nobody understood the words Canterbury or Episcopalian, but they all understood friendliness. And I think that we all understand love. The Episcopalians, Baptists, Freethinkers, Humanists, and others. St. Paul said that if I speak in the tongues of mortals and angels but do not have love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I understand all mysteries and have all knowledge but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give away all of my possessions but do not have love, I gain nothing. Can we all agree on this? Let love be our common ground. St. Paul also said that love is patient, love is kind, love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. And love never ends. Love is like this. People are not necessarily like this. Yes, love is patient. Many times people are not. Yes, love is kind. People are sometimes unkind. Love does not insist on its own way, but I bet we have all insisted on our own way about something recently. Love is not irritable. Well, I'm irritable, and perhaps you are too. Love is one thing. Humans are something else. There might be times when we behave like human beings, even with those whom we most love. At those times, we can remember that the love in our relationships is a gift from God. In a different letter to the Christians at Colossae, Paul said, "Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts." Now we could translate that from Paul's Greek saying, "Let the peace of Christ be the umpire in your hearts." Now this makes us think of baseball. By analogy, we give judgment and ultimate authority to an umpire. The peace of Christ in our hearts will judge for us in whatever action or dispute or difficulty comes into our relationships. When human nature wants to rule, invite love to rule. If we find something that we cannot bear, invite love to bear all things. Invite love to be patient and kind when that is challenging to our human nature. And we can invite our neighbors in the marketplace of ideas into this love. Or rather, we can just love them, especially when they challenge our patience and kindness. We Episcopalians might have little in common with many others, but everyone needs love. Love is our common ground, and love as God's gift is what distinguishes us. Jesus said, "This is my commandment. Love one another as I have loved you." Now we might ask, how did Jesus love us? Completely, with his entire being and life, with patience, kindness, selflessness, while hoping and enduring all things. And he loves us without end. If we can mirror that, we might even convince a skeptic. Amen.